again, everybody. As you know, my name is Abby Schulte, and this is my final vlog over my trip to Eastern Europe, cultural trauma, communications, and the camera. It is so strange to be back in the US. Jet lag has definitely hit me hard, as well as a very nice cold to go along with it, so if I blow my nose or sniffle through this video, I'm sorry. But I'm just amazed on how much we have done in the 3 weeks that we were there and the experiences that we got the opportunity to have. In 3 weeks, we were in 3 countries with 8 plane rides, 2 trains, and many, many hours on a bus, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. There are numerous things to take away from this experience. The places we got to go, are places that most people will only see pictures of. And I think the largest takeaways that I think I'll take from this trip are the course materials that we covered. The experiences wouldn't have been half as amazing or impactful if we hadn't learned all this information beforehand. I learned to really look beyond the surface of groups and trends. Individuality is a big factor when it comes to trauma, and especially trauma on this larger scale, because often the people are grouped into this tiny box that you are a Holocaust victim, so you obviously experienced this trauma and this is how you will feel. It's not the case at all. Even the individualities of the camps that happened. Bergen-Belsen was completely different from Auschwitz, and they're memorialized completely different, creating different post-memories for people. And you need to respect and acknowledge that difference, and how the people who are in one camp didn't experience the same things as people in another camp. And also just between countries. Lithuania was devastated by the Holocaust, and it's hardly ever talked about. You hear about Polish Jews, you hear about German Jews, I've even heard about Italian Jews. I had never known that Lithuania was affected so harshly by this, and their experience is so much different than the Jews and population of Poland, because Poland has been divided and split so many times before, and Lithuania was fighting for independence at the same time. But 2 different countries, 2 different populations need to be studied in completely different ways. And I learned in this class, you need to respect the individuality of grieving. These people dealt with horrible traumas. Traumas that if you didn't experience, you can't even imagine and fathom. And everybody, each individual, is going to grieve differently. They all had different losses. They all had different experiences. Sorry. And I also learned the different ways that people grieve. We're taught from little on, or at least I was with the losses I experienced early on, the 5 stages of grief, and that's what you have to go through. But the 5 stages of grief aren't for everybody. Not everybody has 5 stages, and not everybody thinks that's the healthiest way to grieve, and it's not for everybody. Continuing bonds I had never heard of, and I realized that that's how, honestly, I have grieved. I've continued the bonds with deceased in order to create a relationship with them, because they're still a part of my life even though they're not on Earth. And creating post-memories was a thing that I had never thought of. But by creating these post-memories of these miraculous, devastating places, we're able to better understand what these people went through and help them through the trauma that they're going to endure the rest of their life. I'm so thankful for the opportunity I got to have to go on this trip. My professors were amazing. They put up with a lot from us, and I'm forever grateful to have been able to go on this opportunity. Well, goodbye for the last time. I hope you enjoyed my vlog, and you can check out my Wix webpage to see the photographs that I have taken throughout the trip and my digital portfolio. Thanks, guys!